How's it going, guys? Hope you guys had a great weekend. So I'm back today with another video, guys, and this one I wanted to talk a little bit about Nioh, which is another PlayStation exclusive coming out on February the 9th. This weekend we've had a free try demo where you've actually been able to download the game, jump in and have a final go at the game before the release. Now, the first thing I want to say about this game, guys, is damn, it is brutal. This game is so hard. There's a massive wall that you have to get past when you first play the game. Now, just to give you a bit of an overview of the game, it's by Team Ninja that brought us fantastic games like Ninja Gaiden, and I'd sort of describe this game as being a cross between Ninja Gaiden and the Dark Souls games. It is very much like that. Now, it's set in actually one of my favorite time periods in Japanese history, right before the sort of Tokugawa period, the beginning of the Edo period, when Japan is in the middle of kind of a civil war, and there are all these different factions sort of before unification, and Tokugawa Ieyasu and characters like that. So I love anything to do with sort of Japanese history, culture. So this game, I have been interested in it for a while, but I love the fact that they did a trial for this game, because you can actually jump in and have a go at it. And personally, I feel more developers should do things like this. I think demos have gone the way of sort of extinction, and I really think that given all the disappointing games we had last year, I think demos really are the way to go forward for you to jump in and have a go. Now, you play as the main character in this game is called William, and he basically comes to Japan in the pursuit of an enemy, and he ends up being enlisted to fight these sort of supernatural beasts called yokai that roam around the world. So the whole story, I know very little about it, but playing the game, now if you're new to this game, you've never played it before, if you haven't played it, definitely jump in and have a go at it. It is well worth trying this weekend. It's only available on Saturday and Sunday, so it is only available for a very short time period. So don't miss this opportunity. Jump in and have a go. But Dante and I have had a crack at it, and I have to say that for the first hour or two that I played of the game, I really struggled to get to grips with it. It is a punishingly difficult game, and there are several reasons for that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the gameplay. Well, there are multiple weapons that you can fight with. Obviously, you have a primary weapon and a secondary weapon. Now, my weapon of choice in this game was definitely the katana, and also the bow and arrow, or the flintlock pistol. As well, you can fight with axes and spears, and there's lots of different kinds of weapons. And there are a few things in this game which are quite interesting. You can basically fight with four stances, which you can see in the bottom right hand corner, and you switch between these very easily by holding down the R1 button and then pressing X, square, triangle, circle. Circle isn't really a stance. It allows you to sheathe your sword, but there is a really powerful move that you can do from that if you upgrade William. The other stances are really your high, middle and low stance. Now, the low stance is very good for defending and evading attacks. The middle stance is described by the developers as sort of the easy, basic way to play. So it might be the way that most people play this game when they first start it. And then the high stance, obviously, it has more powerful hits and attacks from above. Now, when I first played this game, I mostly played with the middle stance, but as I played through it more, you uncover more of the gameplay and the joy of the gameplay. Now, one of the most challenging things is your ki bar, or your stamina bar, and you use that for everything. So if you're attacking, if you're blocking, if you're evading, your stamina will go back. Now, you can recover it with something called ki pulse, which you have to time perfectly. The bar will go down and you'll see it get a little white line, and if you press it at just the right moment you can regain it. But it's very easy to, when you're in the middle of a fight, for it very quickly to turn wrong if you don't keep an eye on your key. And that is where the punishing factor in this game comes in. The enemies and the bad guys, it's so difficult to take on more than one opponent at any given time unless your character is maxed out. And there are some moves that they can do that will absolutely, especially the bosses and the yokai, that will just chip off that health, do half damage, 3/4 damage. And if you run out of stamina, you're gonna struggle to recover it, and it's quite punishing. So I would say this game is really hard, and if you haven't played before and you jump in, expect to be frustrated. Expect to hit that wall for the first hour or two. But what I would say, guys, is once you've done that, once you've hit it, keep playing it. Try to level up your character, try to get to those shrines so you can pray, and as you pick up more equipment and items and armor and weapons and start to get to grips with the combat and with key management, and you get into a rhythm, the game actually is quite enjoyable, and the combat does actually have some depth to it that I wasn't expecting. So I found by sort of the 3rd and 4th hour I was actually really enjoying it, and I was finding the gameplay really, really challenging and really enjoyable, especially the boss fights. The boss fights are just crazy. It definitely feels like the love child of Ninja Gaiden and Dark Souls, totally. So if you enjoyed either of those two games, you will definitely enjoy this game. So yeah, I'm really enjoying Nioh. I love all the little things. Now you can level up your character with something called Amrita. Another really punishing thing with this game as well is as you collect XP, Amrita in this case, which you spend to level up your character, as you collect it, if you die, you lose it basically. So what happens is you have a spirit guide, a spirit animal that will remain at the location where you died, and that spirit animal will guard that Amrita, that XP. If you die, you can recover it by going back to the original location where you died, but you have only one chance to do that, and if you die again before you can reach it, you lose all that XP. So I know for Dante, he found that incredibly frustrating, and I don't know what it is. Maybe we've just been spoiled as gamers, and death really hasn't had any kind of punishing factors in games now. You just have, with all the save points that you can do, you really, if you die, you're just like, whatever, I just start the game from my most recent save point and carry on. So there really isn't any kind of consequence to death now in a lot of games, and Nioh is quite shocking in that respect. If you die, you might have gained 20,000-30,000 Amrita. I want to spend those points, but you can only spend them at shrines, and they're dotted throughout the map, and usually to gain access to a shrine they're protected by a yokai, which is the more powerful supernatural beings. So you have to take out like a mini boss to be able to unlock it, and if you die, you lose it all. So it does make the combat feel exciting and adrenaline. There's definitely adrenaline there. There's a fear and anticipation as well, and dread. It's everything all together, and you know what? It does actually make it enjoyable, and I did find myself really starting to enjoy the game. But it's probably a game where I would definitely become frustrated with it, and it probably is a game that you'd have to push through that frustration and not give up on it. But yeah, overall, really enjoyed the free trial. If you haven't played it at all, I definitely recommend you guys jumping in and having a go at it. If you have played it, let me know what you think in the comment section below, definitely. There is also a co-op mode in the game as well, which is really fun. You can actually call somebody in to play it with you, and that's really enjoyable and does make it a lot easier, definitely in terms of the gameplay. But yeah, so that's just a little bit on Nioh. Comes out on February the 8th in the UK, I think worldwide actually. Now I'm probably not going to get this game on release, just because in February I was planning to buy For Honor and play that. So I am going to pick it up at some point this year, but I'm probably going to wait for it to come down in price a little bit before I pick it up. And I might play it in that kind of like spring summer lull that we always get around sort of June, July, August time. We usually have like 2 or 3 months there where there isn't much coming out. So I'm probably planning to pick up games that come out earlier in the year around that kind of time. But anyway, so that is my general thoughts on Nioh, what I thought about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Take care, and as always, happy gaming.